grade. Today we need to get out our Native American packet. We're going to be turning to the page that says Basket Weaving History, just like this. Now, I would like you to go ahead and follow along with me as I read. Basket Weaving History. Basket weaving is a Native American culture tradition that dates back thousands of years ago. The tradition is one of the oldest known Native American crafts. Some archaeologists have identified these baskets as nearly 8,000 years old. Tribes would use this craft as a way to create beautiful and useful home items, such as tribal baskets, hats, plates, cookware, and storage bins. Depending on where the tribes were located would depend on what materials, weaving techniques, basket shapes, and patterns were used. The Serrano Indians took a great pride in the imaginative and creative patterns of their basket weaving. These baskets continue to be made in the traditional way using Junicus plant, deer grass, and yucca fiber. Baskets can be woven so tight that they can carry water and are durable enough to hold hot stones to use to cook with. The Garibalo Indians used several materials, but the most important material was Junicus. Junicus is a plant that grows near a river, and when ripe, it turns blackish gray. The material was used for over a half of each basket made. They had many different types of baskets, including wicker, sawbrush, white sage, and chia baskets. Baskets were used in several ceremonies, including weddings, birth of a child, and funerals. These two tribes that we mentioned today are actually local to our Southern California area and where we live. Now it's your turn. We are going to learn a little bit more about basket weaving while we make our own. Here are the supplies that you need for this activity. You need a paper plate, your 3 colors of yarn, and some scissors. Now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start making cuts in our paper plate. Okay, so we're going to want it facing up, just like as if we were going to eat off the plate. And we are going to cut about this big, okay? You don't want to cut them off, so please, we don't want it to cut off, so please pay close attention. Okay, now I have all these little slits cut in my basket. All right, go ahead and start folding those upright. So it's going to kind of make sort of a bowl shape. Okay, all right, now that we've folded them upright, you are going to be cutting off every other slat. Okay, so right here, I'm just going to cut this right off. And then I'm not going to cut this one, but I'm going to go to the next one and cut that one off. Keep doing this process until you have all of them done. Now look, I have an odd one out, but I'm just going to leave it there. It's fine. Okay, so go ahead and fold those back up so they're making that bowl shape. Now we're going to start with one piece of our yarn. It doesn't matter what color you start with. You probably have different colors than me. You are going to make a knot on one of your little paper plate slats. And that's what we're going to start out with. Okay, so it should look just like this. Okay, now I'm going to be weaving this paper plate by going in and around, just like this. Okay, and I'm just going to keep doing that. In and out, in and out. You're starting to see it make a basket. A little bit, huh? I don't think it can hold quite much yet, but it will. You're wanting to make sure that the yarn is laying on top of the last piece. So it should look like this, okay? All right, getting close to the end of my black yarn. So when I'm done with my black yarn, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my next color yarn, okay? And I'm just gonna tie a knot to it to extend the length of that yarn. So just like this, tie a little knot. See? And I can always just cut those little pieces off so we don't see that in our all right. Now we're going to continue going in and out. All right, now I'm getting close to the end of my red yarn. So I'm going to take my other color yarn. This is the last color. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to tie a little knot around that to make it longer. And I'm going to just trim those two pieces off so you don't see that in my basket. And I'm going to continue on. All right, I am at the end of my yarn, so I'm going to go ahead and find another piece to kind of, actually, I'm going to just tape it there, right there on the bottom. So I'm going to tape that yarn right there. This is my old yarn, so I'm just going to cut off that piece. Okay, so now I have this little basket. Now, I want to be able to see more of this yarn here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece right here, the little flaps, and I'm going to bend them over just like this. Now I do not want to cut this piece off because it can come off really easy. So go ahead and bend these over. And there you go. You have your basket. Pretty cool, huh? Now the Native Americans would use. There you go. You have your basket that you did. What are you going to put in your basket?